Hi, Vallecito Kindies. I have a story for you. It is called Dory Story. It sounds like it's going to be a rhyming book, but it's not. It's actually a book about this boy's adventures in the, can you tell where it's set? In the ocean or in the water. And it has a great twist at the end, so stay tuned for that. Also, it is about, just a little bit, about how animals and plants, though it doesn't talk about plants, all need each other. Each one is dependent on the other. And we all have to be careful that we take care of the planet so that everybody has what they need. So, this is an adventurous story. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. Dory Story by Jerry Palota. Illustrated by David Bedzierski. Ooh, that's a tricky one to pronounce. Okay. My mom and dad always told me, "You're just a kid, so don't ever go out in the boat alone." But one night, I learned about plankton. These tiny sea creatures are invisible during the day, but sometimes after dark, they light up. I wanted to learn more. The next morning, the ocean was flat, calm. I couldn't resist. I pushed the dory out and decided to row to the big rock in the middle of the bay. Uh-oh, he is not listening to his parents. Good choice? Not wise choice? Let's find out. As I rowed, I noticed dozens of seabirds circling around. Grandpa says that where there are seabirds, there are fish. So I kept on rowing. Why do you think there are fish where there are seabirds? Could it be that the seabirds are hoping to eat the fish and they're good at spotting them? So where they are, that's probably where the fish are hanging out. I looked over the side of the boat. I saw hundreds and hundreds of tiny shrimp swimming. I guessed that the little shrimp were eating the plankton. You had to guess because you can't see the plankton. As I rowed toward the big rock, I saw schools of sand lances. Some people call these fish sand eels. The sand eels were chasing and eating the shrimp. I heard something splash, and I looked over the bow of the boat. I heard more splashes. I looked closer and saw mackerels chasing and eating the sand eels. Then I saw them, bluefish. Yikes! The bluefish were swimming like crazy and eating the mackerels. It was a feeding frenzy. Bluefish have razor-sharp teeth. I learned that the hard way. Last year, I put my fingers into the mouth of a bluefish to pull my hook out. Zap! I had to get 4 stitches. Ooh, those do look like sharp teeth. And he looks pretty scared, doesn't he? Very realistic drawings. I stood up in the dory to watch the show the bluefish were putting on. Suddenly, 5 huge tuna appeared in the bay. The tuna were chasing and eating the bluefish. See them? Big tuna, huh? I began to worry. Maybe going out in the boat alone wasn't such a good idea. The tuna were almost as long as the boat. I've been scared a few times, but I was terrified when I saw killer whales come into the bay chasing the tuna. I didn't know what to do. No. But it all started to make sense. Killer whales eat tuna. Tuna eat bluefish. Bluefish eat mackerels. Mackerels eat sand eels. Sand eels eat shrimp. And shrimp eat plankton. Kind of from bigger to smallest. Teeny tiny plankton. I knew one thing. I didn't want to become part of this food chain. Help! Where's my mommy? He's regretting his decision. Oh wow, look at that. You know what that is, right? Big blue whale. Just as I decided to row back to shore, whammo, a humongous humpback whale breached right in front of me. But wait, humpback whales don't eat killer whales. Humpbacks eat plankton and krill, some of the tiniest creatures in the ocean. The food chain is really more like a food web. So it doesn't go in order from biggest to smallest all the time. It's more like if you think of a spider web, everything's connected and it kind of jets out from the center. I should have been smart like the eels and stayed near shore. The harbor seals had sensed the danger and pulled themselves out of the water to escape the killer whales. Smart. They're so cute. Oh my. This is not good. All of a sudden, a killer whale swam by chasing a tuna. The tuna jumped out of the water and smashed into my dory. Bam! Oh no! I was capsized. Thank God I had my life jacket on. I should have stayed with the boat to wait for help, but I was scared, and I started swimming. I swam through the shrimp, the eels, the mackerels, the bluefish, the tuna, the killer whales, whoa, and the humpback whale. It was cold. I had water in my nose, but I kept swimming toward that rock in the middle of the bay. This is not turning out well for him, is it? Uh-oh. Now look where he is. I made it. I pulled myself up by grabbing onto the seaweed. That's great and all, but what's he going to do now? He's stuck in the middle of the ocean on a rock. How is he going to get home? Just then, I heard my mom's voice. Here comes the twist. Danny, you tell the best stories when you're in the bathtub. You should write a book. So it was just make-believe. Look, there's his boat. Look, it's capsized. Here's maybe the tuna, bluefin tuna. Looks like the seagull maybe. Oh, here's, what kind of fish was this? Maybe a sand eel. He made up the whole story. And it turns out everything was okay. So I hope you like that story. And I hope that you've had a fun break with your family. And I'll see you really soon.